I talked back for the first time. Just once. They sent me to boot camp. No warning, no goodbye. I was dropped off with a bag and a signature. When the program ended 6 months later, I went home. Or tried to. The locks were changed. My room was gone. I knocked. Elaine opened the door, glanced at me like I was a stranger.
You're not welcome here anymore.
You're an adult, figure it out. They shut the door. And that was it. They never called, never checked, never asked if I was alive. I slept on couches, in parks, in shelters. My name is Evan Cole, and for a long time, I believed I was the luckiest kid alive. I was adopted at 3 years old by Richard and Elaine Cole, a middle-class couple who couldn't have children of their own. I don't remember much about the adoption day, but I remember the photos. Elaine crying with joy, Richard holding me like I was made of glass. For years, they treated me like a miracle. Elaine used to tuck me in every night and whisper,
We chose you, Evan. Never forget that.
Richard would lift me onto his shoulders and say, This boy is going to be something special. And I believed them. I really did. But somewhere along the way, love turned into disappointment. I was a sickly kid. Always had been. Asthma. Weak immune system. I missed school a lot. When I was there, I struggled. Numbers slipped through my fingers. Words swam on the page. Teachers said I was slow, and my parents started looking at me differently after every report card. At first, it was subtle. Elaine stopped clapping when I showed her my grades. Richard stopped asking how school went. Then the sighs started. The long silences at dinner. The looks they exchanged when they thought I wasn't watching. One night, when I was about 10, I overheard them arguing in the kitchen.
He's not like other kids, Richard. He's always sick, always behind.
He's trying.
Trying isn't enough. What if this is all he'll ever be?
That was the first time I realized something was wrong with me. In their eyes. Things got worse when I turned 12. Elaine got pregnant. I still remember the day she told us. She was glowing. Richard picked her up and spun her around. They laughed like teenagers. Then they looked at me.
You're going to be a big brother, Evan.
I smiled. I really did. I thought maybe this would bring us closer. I was wrong. When Lucas was born, everything changed. Lucas was perfect. He hit milestones early, walked early, talked early. By 5, he was already reading chapter books. By 7, he was playing soccer, and not just playing. He was good, really good. Parents at games would whisper, "That kid's going places." And my parents soaked it up. Meanwhile, I was invisible. If Lucas scored a goal, there was a celebration dinner. If I brought home a drawing, it went straight into a drawer. Elaine started calling me lazy. Richard started calling me a problem. One afternoon, when I was 15, I collapsed in the yard while doing chores. Sharp pain tore through my abdomen. I couldn't breathe. I screamed. The neighbors called an ambulance. I remember the paramedics kneeling beside me. "Ma'am, he needs to go to the hospital, now." Elaine stepped in front of them, arms crossed.
He's fine. He just wants attention.
"Ma'am, he's pale and sweating. This could be internal."
I said he's fine. He's always dramatic.
They hesitated. Then they listened to her. The ambulance left. I lay on the grass for hours, shaking, until the pain dulled into something heavy and wrong. Later, a doctor would tell me it had been internal bleeding from a ruptured cyst, untreated, dangerous. Elaine never apologized. From 16 onward, I was forced to work. Not for pocket money, for them. I washed dishes, stocked shelves, cleaned warehouses, anything I could get. Every paycheck went straight to my parents. "You owe us, Evan. We raised you." Lucas, meanwhile, got private coaching, new cleats, trips to tournaments. When I complained, Elaine smiled coldly.
You should be grateful we didn't give you back.
That sentence broke something in me. The final straw came when I was 18. I talked back for the first time. Just once. They sent me to boot camp. No warning, no goodbye. I was dropped off with a bag and a signature. When the program ended 6 months later, I went home. Or tried to. The locks were changed. My room was gone. I knocked. Elaine opened the door, glanced at me like I was a stranger.
You're not welcome here anymore.
"You're an adult, figure it out." They shut the door. And that was it. They never called, never checked, never asked if I was alive. I slept on couches, in parks, in shelters. Then I met Marcus. He was a classmate I barely remembered. His parents took me in like I was their own. Mrs. Alvarez watched me sketch one night.
You did that?
I nodded. She smiled.
You have a gift, Evan.
No one had ever said that to me before. They encouraged me, bought me supplies, pushed me to sell my work online. Years passed. My art exploded. Galleries, collectors, celebrities. I opened my own shop, then another. My pieces sold for more money than my parents ever made in a year. I changed my number, changed my life. Then one day, I got an email. From Elaine. She was desperate. They had taken out massive loans to fund Lucas's big break. A man promised to take him to Spain, get him into Barcelona's youth system. The man vanished. The bank didn't. Cars sold. House refinanced. Still not enough. They wanted me. I replied once. I told them I would help. I gave them an address, a fake one, in a gang-controlled neighborhood. I told them to dress low-key, colors that matched rival gang members. They didn't question it. They went. What happened next? I heard from others. They followed the address I gave them. The neighborhood looked rough, but they didn't turn back. They were already scared. Scared of the bank, scared of losing everything, scared of what would happen if they didn't get money fast. They stepped out of the car, wearing the clothes I told them to wear. Wrong colors. Gang colors. A few men came out from between buildings. More followed. They surrounded my parents. One of the gang members laughed and pulled out his phone. Yo, look at these two. You lost or spying?
Please, we're just here to see our son.
Your son? Nah, you dress like rivals. You think we stupid? Another man pushed Richard hard. He fell. Who sent you? Which gang? No one, we swear. They didn't listen. They punched them, kicked them. Someone slapped Elaine so hard she screamed. Phones were taken, wallets emptied. One gang member unlocked Elaine's phone and laughed. You got money in the bank? Not anymore. They transferred everything they could. Then it got worse. They ripped their clothes off. They filmed everything. Say hi to the internet. My parents cried and begged.
Please, please stop.
The gang pushed them into the street, naked, bleeding, humiliated. People stared as they ran, covering themselves, screaming. Later, I heard the bank was calling non-stop. Threats, legal letters. My parents barely slept anymore. Every knock on the door scared them. I blocked them everywhere. As for Lucas, one day, he pushed an old woman in a store over a small argument. She fell. Her arm broke. She looked at him and whispered a curse. The next day, his phone slipped from his hand and shattered. That night, he slept for 18 hours straight. Bad luck didn't stop. At his next football match, he twisted his leg badly. The doctor said it was broken. Season over. A few weeks later, he crashed his car. Nothing fatal, but expensive damage. Sponsors stopped calling. Friends disappeared. He kept losing things. Missing chances. Failing tests. Now he's searching everywhere for that old woman, trying to apologize, hoping the bad luck will stop. Me? I paint. I sell my art. I laugh. And I sleep peacefully. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and smash that button harder than my parents smashed their financial future.